What's happening, beautiful people? Jace with Heathen Army here. Welcome back to my journey to better health, wellness, strength, and conditioning. Week 17 is in the books. Man, finally, a complete week. That's about the best way I can describe this. On point 100% of the time, both with workouts and nutrition. So it was a Monday, Wednesday, Friday strength, a Tuesday, Thursday cardio, and then completely dialed in on the nutrition side. So I would say this might be, week 17 might be the most complete week that I've had since I started my journey here a few months back. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. And this is Monday, July 29th, so I'm already into week 18 here, and it's more of the same. So yeah, I'm excited about it because it was an absolute complete week. From my strength training workouts, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, each day I did my warm-up routine, my mat work as I like to call it. One thing I did notice about that, as we get into, I'll start running the video here for mat work. As we get into the mat work a little bit, normally I would do push-ups. I would add that. I did add 3 sets of 6 push-ups, I think it was. And that was about all that I could really muster up that was on Wednesday, I think. You'll see it running there. But yeah, I mean, good grief. I think it's just my shoulders and just a tremendous amount of discomfort there. I gutted out what I did on the push-up side, and so hopefully I can, hopefully that will get worked out, because I actually do enjoy the push-ups quite a bit. So that was something that I did notice. I did obviously do planks each time, as you see, but that, as I always say, man, that warm-up is so important. I do shift it up. I don't record some of the warm-up work that I do. I'll throw in some lightweight lat raises in there. I do skiers as well. I do sandbag carries, as I've mentioned before. So there's a mix of, depending on the day, I try and change it up. I always do my leg raises and my planks and my scissor kicks. Those are things that and typically push-ups. Although with the pain that I'm having a little bit, I've cut those out. But those are the consistent things that I do every time. But I always try and add something different just to spice it up a little bit. But they were good. I mean, again, as a good warm-up, as I've mentioned before, even arm circles and things like that, they really get my muscles and my joints warmed up where they need to be to start lifting. So I think overall they were pretty good. Yeah, nothing crazy on the mat work side. The warm up side, everything went pretty good there. I would say that as I marched into the strength training on Monday, it was a chest and tricep day, and mainly focused on the bench, both decline, flat, and incline. As you know, if you've watched my other videos, those are the exercises that I typically do. But I also throw in close grip as well. So I also throw in some landmine rows, one arm rows, things like that. So again, I'm not recording everything that I'm doing, but this gives you a good indication. So as I kicked off Monday with the chest and tricep workout, went pretty good, except I did notice that, I felt a little weaker on the bench than previous weeks, and that's okay. You're not going to be dialing in every time, and I just had to focus on getting the work in. So that was good. But I started with regular bench, flat bench, and worked my way up just a touch on the weight, a little bit, not as high as I normally do. Normally I would go up to 205, for example. I did not do that. I think 185 was the highest I went last Monday. So. But overall, I think Monday's workout went okay. I was a little frustrated, a little bit discouraged, just because, when you're used to lifting a certain amount of weight and you go into the gym and you can't do that weight, it can be discouraging. And that was kind of the case here. So I was a little bit frustrated and discouraged a little bit coming out of Monday's workout. But listen, you know, you're not going to be all in all the time, and you know, you're just going to have days where, you know, it's like that, and you know, you don't quit, right? You keep putting in the work, and that's what I did. And then Tuesday, actually, I'll jump over to cardio later. And then Wednesday, I got in, and mainly it's a legs and core and calf. Well, legs is included in that, right? But I mean, legs and core essentially is what it is. My main focus is around squats, I would say, with that. And I felt pretty good. I started out really, really light, just getting a warm-up set in with that. And then just kind of worked my way up the weight. I was actually feeling really good because I went a little bit higher with the weight than I didn't go higher. But what I noticed is the heavier weight that I moved into from previous weeks felt lighter this week. So it's interesting, right? I was suffering a little bit with that mental game on Monday with not getting the normal amount of weight that I would press. But then when squats came around, you know, I seemed to be a little bit stronger there than previous weeks. So it's interesting how that goes. But yeah, I actually got a few more reps out of the higher weights than I have ever done in previous weeks. So that's pretty exciting. I felt really, really good about that. But yeah, I mean, I love squats in the Smith machine now. I do. You know, I keep saying I'm going to move over to the open power rack and do some open squats. I think I'm going to do that a little bit still, but man, the Smith is just, I like doing them in that straight up and down Smith machine that I have. It just feels really good. I can get better depth, and the exercise just feels better. I do know that, you know, I'll see more benefits by going to that open power rack. So I'm going to start out really light. I have done a few reps in the open power rack, but I'm going to get back to that. I've been so focused on the Smith machine. So, but overall, I would say that Wednesday went pretty well. Also worked the calves pretty good. So, you know, I would say that went, you know, as good as it could go. And actually, you know, again, just the opposite of Monday's workout from a weight perspective. And then on Friday, it was deadlift Friday. That's what I was calling that. So back and biceps as an example. Again, I'm not following a chest and tri, back and bi, legs and core split, 3-day split. But I'm more focused on the compound lifts than anything. So I look at it more like, you know, bench on Monday, squats on Wednesday, deads on Friday. That's just how I look at it. You know, obviously, you know, the majority of my focus on Friday was deadlifting. Romanian deadlifts are usually what I do just as a warm-up. So I did some of that initially. And then I moved into the deadlifts and I did progress up to the weight. And I didn't see any progress there in terms of adding more weight. But I pulled out my straps, which it's been years since I used straps in that case, which was very interesting, to say the least. But, hey, you can see in the video there, it was a little awkward, you know. I actually preferred it without the straps. I mean, I went up to 225, and I feel like I could get about 4 to 5 reps with 225. I stopped short after a second rep. I'm not sure why I do that, but you know, maybe I'll push it. I got to get a little bit more uncomfortable than I'm getting with the deadlifts to see some progress, I think. So we've definitely added weight, but I need to push that envelope just a little bit more. But hey, still working on form and things like that. I think I've improved tremendously from where I was, you know, really ever. I mean, I didn't really focus a lot on deadlifts at all, you know, from the time I even started pushing and pulling weight. So deadlifts weren't really the focus as much. It was mainly bench and squat. So, you know, I played football and things like that. So deadlift, just for whatever reason in my gym, at the places I played, you know, deadlift wasn't the focus. Now this is back in the late 80s, so I don't know if that plays into it at all. But Anyway, Friday went pretty good. I was pretty excited, man. I was drenched. I mean, that workout really kicked my butt, and my hamstrings and my glutes were on fire all weekend because of that. So it takes me, I would say, a good full 2 days to recover from deadlifts, and that's why I do them on Friday, because I have Saturday and Sunday. And typically when I'm on point, when I have a complete week like I did for week 17, I rest day on Saturday, and then I kind of rotate, right? Saturday and Sunday, I end up getting some cardio because I end up having to cut grass, as I've mentioned before, and things like that. So I definitely get some workouts in. It's just not in the weight room. So I would say that I need that weekend to get at least some rest, right, for Saturday and Sunday, just because of the deadlifts kick my butt. Typically, squats do the same thing, but getting to cardio a second here. Cardio Tuesday and Thursday both were 30-minute cardio sessions on my Max Trainer, the Bowflex Max Trainer. And that machine, it's like, as I've mentioned before, it's a kind of a combination of an elliptical and a stair climber, and it will kick your butt. I mean, it definitely works the heart rate up there. So, and I do 30 minutes, and I would say, I mean, for me, I know I'm getting my heart rate up there, 160, 170 in some cases. And so I try and do more of a circuit training, where I play different games in my head with that 30 minutes, right? I'll do the first 5 minutes is just kind of relaxed and warming up. Second 5 minutes, I will increase the intensity, the resistance on the machine, and my output. And then the next 5 minutes, I'll slow it down, and I'll kick the resistance back and just, get the heart rate back down just a touch. Then the next 5 minutes, it's the same. And so I'll play that game throughout the workout, doing more of a circuit style where I can get really, really uncomfortable and then bring that back down to earth a little bit. Because 30 minutes, it's actually a long time, I think, right? I mean, I've done longer. I've gone an hour on that Max Trainer before in the past. So, but 30 minutes seems to be a nice sweet spot. I would say maybe 35 minutes, do like a 5-minute complete cool down on that, where you drop it way down, keep the intensity very low, and get the heart rate back down to where it needs to be. But for 30 minutes, man, it was good. Tuesday's session was good. And that's the first time in like a month that I had been on the machine, I think 3 weeks. Something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head here, but it had been a little bit since I had actually been on that machine. As I've mentioned before, I've done other cardio sessions, whether it be cutting grass or elliptical, what have you. But in this case, it's been about a month since I've been on that machine. So, you don't lose your cardio conditioning as quickly as you do your strength, typically. And that's really the case. I didn't really feel like I was, sucking wind on that thing because I haven't been on it in a month. And I think part of it is just because I've done other cardio like things, like, cutting the grass and putting in a lot of steps. And I have another elliptical that I used before and things like that. So, but overall it felt pretty good. Thursdays was a touch rougher. That 30 minutes seemed like, an hour. It was one of those situations where the cardio session just didn't seem like it was ever going to end. And that can be kind of rough to be in. So, but I mean, overall it felt pretty good. I did the same kind of thing, right? More circuit style type stuff. So, but man, what a complete week. From a diet perspective, I would say that my protein is still something that I need to work on there. I need to up it just a little bit. I'm following a 40-40-20 split for my macros. So I'm getting close, 37 to 39% this past week with my protein. Carbs about the same. Where I'm fouling up in terms of my macros would be I'm adding too much fat, which is typical with me. I like the fatty foods. So I need to dial the fat back down to that 20% range instead of that 25 to 30 range, and up the protein, and that will fix that. But from a calorie perspective and what I was eating, 100% on point. And I think this is the first week, last week, where I really met that. So I'm excited about that for sure. Man, I'm rambling on. It's already almost 15 minutes in here. But again, an absolute complete week. Really excited. I'm not worried about the scale right now. I think maybe I'll weigh myself for week 18 here on August 1st, since we start a new month this week. I believe it is on Thursday. So I might just jump on the scale and see where I'm at. I think I'm somewhere between 225 and 230. I haven't really gained weight, right? It's just I've been maintaining that 225 to 230 range for the last few months. And I really, as I keep mentioning, I want to get another 15 to 20 pounds off. I think I need to sit somewhere between 205 and 210, and then just move into a maintenance mode, increase my calories, stay focused on eating clean, and keep the output going, and so that I can add to my strength. I got to feed those lifts a little bit. So once I get to that, but right now I'm in that cutting mode, and man, I'm really excited. Week 17 was on point. Absolute complete week for me, and ready to go, man. I'm already starting here into week 18, so this is good. So man, listen, as always, like, share, and subscribe. Please check out the website, heathenarmyfitness.com. I'm telling you, got tons of resources out there. Check it out. Send us a note. Let us know, if you'd like to see something else out there as well. I'm trying to build a complete wellness picture, both mental and physical health, and all those resources are free. So go check them out, and we appreciate the support, of course. I always go out and continue to watch our YouTube videos, and support us. We love that. We just like to have fun. So, but yeah, week 17 is in the books. An absolute complete week. I'm feeling more dialed in than I ever have before. I'm Jace with Heathen Army. See you.